What's up, everyone? Like I told you lot in the VIP, asked you lot if you wanted to trade recaps. If it's useful for you lot wanted it. So here we go. Again, the days that we're not going to trade, then obviously there's no reason for me to do a trade recap. It's only going to be the whatever trade we take. It's not going to be a specific strategy, but whatever strategy we use on that day, that's the recap that I'm going to do. Okay, so today we had two CRT setups on Euro and GBP in the afternoon, because obviously in the morning there was some news, I believe, for Euro and GBP. So let's start with Euro. Okay, so Euro, as we came into the afternoon, we can see that we broke this level right here. Okay, making us become bearish. Okay, making us become bearish. So as soon as that broke beneath all of these lows here, automatically we already know we want the CR high to be swept. Okay, we then went into the hourly. Hourly, this is the 1 p.m. candle, 1 p.m. high, 1 p.m. low, and then we just proceeded to take the trade. Okay, we were a little bit cautious because there was news around that time. Okay, this is the candle that broke the CR high, so we marked out the 15-minute high and the 15-minute low. Okay, so we were all ready to take the trade. We also here to the left, if you pay attention, we also had a inverted FBG right here on the 15-minute. And then it's just about taking the correct entry. As we can see over here, there was an initial losing trade first. Okay. The initial entry was where this order block is. So as soon as we saw this big push, followed by these two bearish candles, we decided to jump in, okay, at the order block. And as you guys can see, we got taken out pretty quickly, to be honest. We got taken out. Okay. Now, because we got taken out, for me to take a re-entry, I just need the market to come back down and then retest again. And then I can take the re-entry. And that's exactly what happened here. You can see that exactly after we took this high, we ended up pushing down again. We came up, and then this is where you could have re-entered. Okay, this is where you could have re-entered right over here. Okay, right over here, re-entry, and then your 1 to 5 right over here. And then again, we went break even after breaking all of these lows. So after all of these lows got broken, not these lows, my bad. After we broke this low, because we entered here. After we broke this low, this very candle right here, we went break even, so the trade was risk free. And then again, we ended up making that 1 to 5. Super, super simple trade. Sometimes this is going to happen to you where you just about get taken out and then the trade wins. You just need to be able to spot where the re-entry is and not hesitate and take the re-entry if it's valid. Okay, but that comes with time, experience, and back testing and all of that stuff. Okay, so that's pretty much Euro, pretty much perfect setup. Okay, we had a point of interest, higher time frame. We had hourly high swept, 15-minute high swept. So this is an A plus plus setup. Okay, and you can see very, very smooth. After this re-entry, 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes, we hit a 1 to 5. Okay, so very, very nice. That was Euro. Okay, now we also had GBP doing pretty much the exactly the same move, really. Pretty much the exactly the same move. As you can see here. Okay, as you can see here, on the 4 hourly, we had broken beneath, oh, we had broken beneath this low. Okay, giving us a sign that we could start to become bearish. Okay. So same thing with Euro. We wanted the CR high to be swept. We went on the hourly. This is the 1 p.m. It looks small, but if I stretch the chart, it is not that small, the candle. Okay. It's not like this one. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes the candle may look small because your chart isn't stretched. So just make sure that you don't have the chart super, super zoomed out. Like a candle like this, I would probably say too small. A candle like this, maybe too small. This is just about on the limit of us to take it. Okay, so as you can see, 1 p.m. low, 1 p.m. high. We then went ahead and marked out the 15-minute low, 15-minute high. Yeah. Sorry. So as you can see, 15-minute high, 15-minute low. We ended up pushing up above the CL high. Obviously, we have to wait for that 15-minute candle to close. Okay, we had to wait for that 15-minute candle to close. It closed right over here, I believe. Yep, 229. And then as you can see, 230, we ended up pushing just a little bit above, but it is what it is. We then had this huge bearish candle, which really and truly that's all we needed as a confirmation. Now, some of you lot might have been asking, why didn't I take this entry or the block? All right. The reason why I didn't take that order block entry is because from my experience, yeah, when a trade looks too good to be true, it probably is too good to be true. You know, like this trade would have been perfect. Yes, we all would love taking a trade like this, where 1 to 5 is down here. But the problem with that is if it comes all the way up here, you need a super rejection. Otherwise, the trade doesn't have that much space to breathe. You might get wicked out, you might have to take re-entry, so on and so forth. So that is why I ended up advising you lot to enter at this FBG right here. And you can see we didn't really go higher than that FBG. Obviously, later we did, but what happened later is irrelevant, really. So we ended up going for this FVG entry, ended up entering right here, stop loss up here. Now, there's two options that you could have done here. All right. You could have taken a 1 to 1 because if you remember, we took a loss on euro. Okay, so you could have taken a 1 to 1 and recovered the losing trade on euro, and then you would have finished today with 5% gain, which today is Tuesday, the 5th of August. You would have finished today with 5% gain. Obviously, yesterday we didn't take a trade, so you would have started the week off with 5% gain, which is very, very good. Now, if you didn't want to take a 1 to 1, okay, if you didn't want to take a 1 to 1, then you could have just held this trade. All right. From the moment we entered, we were break even pretty early. From the moment we broke this low, we went break even. Now, when we was live for this, some people were saying that they hit break even. Now, let me just make something clear so you guys can learn, okay? Wherever you enter, wherever the trade or broker puts you in the entry, you need to go break even or you need to move your stop loss here. Okay. If you wanted to enter here and the market placed you down here, you do not place your break even here. All right. Because then the likelihood of you hitting break even is super high. You want to put your stop loss or break even same level as trading view. All right. If that means that it's not break even, but it means that you're minimizing the risk, then let it be. You're just going to be minimizing the risk, which is a plus anyway. Okay. Just make sure you learn that lesson for next time because there's a lot of people that broke even with this move right here. These two wicks, they broke even for no reason, really. Okay. But as you can see, full TP was the CR low. And then as we tapped, it was just smooth sailing all the way down to hitting TP and you would have gained an extra 4.7. Now, if you went for a 1 to 1, you would have gained 5% today. But if you didn't go for a 1 to 1, you would have gained around about 8% today. Okay, but that's pretty much CRT today. Recap. All right, very, very simple setups, very clean setups, just the way I like them, especially Euro because it was A plus plus. Okay, and that's pretty much it. All right. Now, the the last trade of the day was previous day's high. Okay. Some of you might do it, some of you might not do it, but that's absolutely fine. As you can see here, this is Monday's high. We ended up sweeping Monday's high. Okay. We ended up sweeping Monday's high right over here. Okay. We swept Monday's high right over here. And then what do we need? We need a breaker structure, which we had. And then we need a fair value gap, which is right here. Okay, it doesn't matter if it's small, big, whatever. Okay, but as you can see, this was our fair value gap. And unfortunately, this previous day high setup, it lost. Okay, which is absolutely fine. As you can see, your stop loss would have been here and your TP would have been just about here. We would have lost. And then as you can see, we lost and then it ended up hitting TP again. But with this, I don't really do re-entries because if you do re-entries, then you could have maybe taken a double L instead of just one L. Okay, so we just take this losing trade. It's absolutely fine. But with previous day high, as you guys know, we only try and aim for 2% per week. So that's pretty much previous day's high for you lot. And that's pretty much all the trades that we had for today. Okay. If you if you like these sort of videos like trade recaps, then obviously let me know in the VIP chat. Um, because the reason I stopped them is because not that many people were giving me feedback on them or telling me that they were useful or anything. So I thought people weren't really using them. But from when I asked you lot in the VIP chat, it looked like some of you wanted me to bring them back. So here they are. Okay. Very, very good trading day. Nice clean CRT on GBP and Euro. All right. Other than that, it's pretty much the recap done.